Hello everyone. We are the hosts of Qazaq Quest program. I'm Rosa and I'm Daniel. I'm Bakut. We're starting our journey to the cities of Kazakhstan. Lots of interesting places await us. And the best people on the planet, because this is Kazakhstan. And now we need to decide who's going where. To make everything fair, I've prepared these notes for a draw. Is everyone okay with that? Sure, we are. Well, where are we going? I suggest going to southern regions. Oh, I agree. There are a lot of exciting places in the southern regions. For example, the city of Almaty, the capital of the Turkic world, Turkestan. And in general, there are many historical places. Turkestan and Shymkent. Yes, write both of them down. Sure. Then there are Almaty and Almaty region. First, we need to decide who's going where. Let's try our luck. Are you ready? Bucket, since you are the oldest in our group, you go first. Thank you, Rosa. Shymkent, the third biggest city of our country. It's hot there, I will be sweating. You will come back from there and stand as me. Kazakhs treat men with respect, so now it's Daniel's turn. Oh, how polite we are. Almaty, my favorite city. Dear viewers, you will walk through Almaty with me and will love it as much as I do. I promise, okay? I'm already on my way. Daniel, wait, I haven't drawn the lot yet. Oh yes, Rosa, now it's your turn. Yes, go on. Almaty region. Oh, Rosa, you won't have to travel far either. Yes, I come from Pavlodar, so it will be interesting to travel around the Almaty region. There will be a lot to tell to our viewers. Why are we sitting then? Let's go. Yes, let's go. Let's not waste our precious time. Qazaq Quest travels around Almaty, and today you'll find out who are flying skiers and why are they called that. What kind of contemporary art helps the city become even more beautiful? Mountain spa resort right in the city. How is this possible? Daniel James, TV presenter, showman, 30 years old. He dreams of traveling with his family around the world and visiting at least 50 countries. He also dreams of becoming a rentier and seeing great-grandchildren. Life credo, thoughts and habits determine the fate of a person. Therefore, one should monitor and improve them. So the show Qazaq Quest begins. I will go through the quest using a special application. It will give me tasks. There will be 3 of them in total. I will use the help of local residents or ordinary passers-by and answer the questions correctly. And together, we will learn a lot of new and interesting things about the city. Are you ready? Then let's go. Beautiful Almaty is stretched out at the foot of the snowy mountains. Garden city, southern and cultural capital. This is all about Almaty. But many local residents and visitors too call the city affectionately lovely Almaty. We will show it to you, and you can choose which definition you like the best. Located in the southeast of Kazakhstan, Almaty is surrounded by mountains from the southern part. You see, these tall peaks are all part of the Tian Shan Mountains. Some peaks remain snowy even in the hottest weather. And I must say that in summer the air in the city warms up to more than 40 degrees Celsius. Such landscapes in summer can be seen by everyone who's in Almaty. Here's the plain, and here are the mountains. And by the way, thanks to the mountains, the local residents divide the city into the upper part. In fact, it is where the mountains are, and the lower part, meaning the part where there are no mountains. Hello. May I ask you a question? Sure, go ahead. What do I need to do to avoid getting lost in the city? You need to have a Tugis app with you. And if I do not have this app, then what? You can ask any passerby. He will definitely help you. Yes, it's easy to ask for a favor from such hospitable residents. Thank you. Great. Hello, how are you? Not bad, thank God. May I ask you one question? Sure. In order not to get lost in Almaty, what should I do? Take a map with you. You can travel around using the map. What about you? How do you know your way about the city? I've lived here for a long time, and I know how and where I need to get. Some people tell me up and down. What does it mean? We say this when we need to go up in the direction of the mountains, or we advise you to go down. This is how we define parts of the city. You speak Qazaq well. In order not to get lost, let mountains be your guide. Towards the mountains, it means going up. And here, it means down. Based on your advice, you often run in the mountains. I think you're in excellent health. I walk 10 kilometers here every morning. Whoa, I wish you good health. Thank you very much. Thank you. What a wonderful people live in this city. Towards the mountains means upwards, and to here means downwards. Now I will remember. In general, the climate in Almaty is sharply continental. Well, allow me to explain what it means. This is when Almaty residents experience all 4 seasons in one day. Such a natural miracle can often be observed in spring or autumn. Imagine, you went to work wearing a t-shirt, and then there was a downpour, which turned into snowfall, and then everything melted again. But Almaty residents cannot be scared by this. They always remain kind and friendly. Almaty is the largest city in Kazakhstan, with all the ensuing consequences. The rhythm of the life here is very fast. There is also a lot of transport, as well as people. But in Almaty, for the first time in the country, they began to equip bicycle paths. And bicycle and scooter rental centers appeared. What for? Well, in order to make it more convenient for people to live here. There are a lot of convenient types of transport in Almaty. A special one among them is the scooter. To ride it, you need to pay 100 tenge per minute through the mobile application. Then, the scooter can be left anywhere. They have GPS installed. Great, isn't it? There's no need to look for parking, savings on gasoline, and it's good for health. Let's go. Oh, I almost forgot about the tasks. Well, dear app, give me the first task. What I have to learn, find out, so that you could count my victory in this round. Listen to the first task. Find a sports facility in Almaty with letters and numbers in its name. For example, K125, K60, and so on. Hello. I have one question. What kind of sports places in Almaty do you know? I don't know. You don't know? Unfortunately, no. What kind of sport one can do? Well, swimming, at the stadium, at the central stadium, And what other types of sports? I also wanted to ask, do you know what K125 is? No idea. No. Well, thank you very much. Have a good day. Did you see how hospitable Almaty people are? But she doesn't know what K125 is. I will ask again. Yeah, it's not an easy task, because there's just a huge number of sports facilities in Almaty. The city hosted the 2011 Asian Games and the 17th Winter Universiade, and even wanted to host the Olympic Games, but in the end lost the bid to Beijing in the final. And I'm not even talking about the famous Medeo and Shimbulak, so apparently I cannot solve the task on my own. Therefore, I will ask for professional help.
Мына түрімен мен ол нысанды өзім таба алмаймын. Сондықтан кәсіби мамандардан кеңес сұрайын.
Murat, hello. This is the Qazaq Quest program. I really need your help. Can you meet us? Well, then see you soon.
Бола ма? Жарайды. Көріскенше онда.
Murat Mazimbayev is a professional boxer who competed in the superflyweight division. In 2005, he won the IBA World Champion title as well as the WBO Intercontinental title.
Біз Марат Мазимбаевпен Алматының қақ ортасында кездесеміз деп келестік.
Murat Mazimbayev and I agreed to meet in the center of Almaty and of course near the sports facility. Maybe this is the mysterious K125. So it was very convenient to get to the meeting place on a scooter. Before us, the Balwan Shalak Sports Palace. If you ride a scooter, you will see the city and not get stuck in traffic jams. And it's cheap and reliable. Look, here is a real sports palace. And there's also the Academy of Tourism and Sports nearby. It must be so convenient. You study for 4 years, then across the street, there's a workplace for you to do sports in a palace. Many of the strongest athletes graduated from this academy. Among them is Murat Mazimbayev. I'm in a hurry to meet him now.
Оның ішінде Марат ағамыз бар. Онымен бірге кездесуге асықпын.
Hello, Murat. Hello. My name is Daniel. I'm the host of the Qazaq Quest program. How are you? All right? How are you? Yes, good. I'm glad to meet you. I'm also glad to meet you. I was given an unusual task. I can't solve it. Can you help me? Sure. Tell me, today in our city the number of people who do sports is increasing, or is it still less? I must admit that now children, teenagers, mostly children of course, are too keen on phones, tablets, they sit in front of TVs, watch cartoons. Therefore, to be honest, I think they do little sports. Nowadays, social networks, television, phones are more in trend. True. Therefore, there are problems with children. Back in our days, our parents could not make us to sit at home. Now on the contrary, it's hard to make children go outside. Yes, I went through it too. It really is. What do ordinary people need to do so that they try themselves in sports? What kind of opportunities are there? Now, there are all conditions for this. Lots of sports grounds and sports facilities have been built. Since I myself was engaged in boxing, I will tell you about it. When I started to play sports, we had gyms, classes were free. Today, many sports facilities are turned into business, so you have to pay everywhere. Of course, not all parents have opportunities. Kids who do boxing usually come from families with modest means, and I think it's not easy for children from families with a modest income. But now, all conditions are being made. For example, now there are sports grounds in the courtyards. The main thing is desire. The children should be willing to train. If there is a desire, there will be opportunities. Of course, I agree with you. But what is needed for children to have such a desire? You as a winner are an example for the future. At one time, I came to boxing when I saw such an eminent champion as Qazaq Konakbayev. I also wanted to be like him. I also wanted to achieve something. Today we have such boxers as Gennady Golovkin, Daniyar Yelusinov, and many other famous boxers. I think our children will follow their example. I would be happy to see it. Well, let's go back to Qazaq Quest. Maybe you still know what K125 is.
Атауында K125 деген саны не білдіреді екен білесіз бе?
I think 125 is not just numbers. I think this is a trampoline. The place is located above Al-Farabi Avenue. At one time, the Asian Games were held there. Competitions were held on 125th trampoline. Now let's check if you answered correctly. The task is successfully completed. Wow, that's correct. Thank you very much. Health to you. Let your students glorify our country. Marat, I'm now studying the Kazakh language. If I make mistakes, please do not judge me harshly. It's all right. That's great. Thank you for the correct answer. And I'm heading for the trampoline.
Ал енді жауабыңызға рахмет. Дәл қазір трамплинге шығам.
It will be difficult to get to the trampoline on a scooter, so I'll take a taxi. Now let's get back to the trampoline complex. It was built in Almaty in 2011, just before the Asian Games. Since that time, the stages of the World Cups in ski jumping have been held here many times. It is interesting that the competitions are held both in winter and in summer. You see, there is a special covering on the trampolines, on which the athlete glide. This is what the letters and numbers mean. K125 is the highest trampoline. Its length is just 125 meters. And the smallest, K20, is intended for children. While there are no competitions, anyone can feel himself like the most daring skier. People are allowed to ride here. Well, of course, I will also try. It's scary. But look how high I am standing. As they say, you never know what you can do until you try. Well, wish me luck. I'm starting. I don't know what will happen now, but clearly something very interesting. Let's go. Come down with us. Well, I'm ready. I'll have to hold on tight.
Неткен табиғат, таза ауа, тыныштық.
Oh, nature, fresh air, peace and quiet.
Қаланың ушуынан шаршаған адамға ең керегі осы деп.
I told Daniel that there's nothing better than taking a break from the bustle of the city.
Жасыл шөбінде жүргеннен артық не бар? Қызық, ол қазір не істеп жатыр екен?
I wonder what he's doing there now, probably sitting in an expensive restaurant and eating some super fashionable dish. So cool. It was wonderful. Yes, it was a little scary, but I felt such freedom. I think that everyone should visit the K125 trampoline and try these sensations. I invite everyone. So, mobile application. We're listening to the second task. Almaty is the cultural center of Kazakhstan. There are drama and informal theaters, a philharmonic and concert halls, exhibition halls, and libraries. And what kind of art appeared in the city around 2015 and is very much loved by the locals? Our application loves such questions. Well, let's look for the answers. It seems to me that I know the answer to this question. But I will not get ahead of myself. Instead, I will try to show it to you on the example. Behind me is an ordinary residential building. There are many of them in the city. But have you noticed the peculiarity of this one? Of course, this is graffiti. There are a lot of them in our city now. If earlier it was like a hobby, now it has become a real work of art. Do you recognize this guy? Of course, this is a world-class star, Dimash Kudaibergen. Dimash, who else? They appeared in Almaty not so long ago, 5 to 7 years ago. At first, abstract pictures appeared on the houses, but they did not evoke emotions either among the residents or, it seems, among the artists themselves. Then the houses began to be decorated with portraits of celebrities. Here is Abay and Ahmed Baitursinov, and here is our contemporary, the famous climber Anatoly Bukreyev. Now murals reflect important social phenomena. What a beautiful picture. I really like it. Do you know what kind of animal it is? Yes, of course. It's a snow leopard. Loved by Almaty residents, it is one of our symbols. So, do you know what was depicted on one of the first murals? An apple, of course. As a matter of fact, the name of the city sounds like Almaty, and we will look for it via GPS system. Now we are in the very heart of Almaty. The main pedestrian street is Jibek, but popularly called Arbat, a favorite place for young people. They're here to have fun, sing, and dance. I will go to them. On this street, people dance and sing. In one word, it is a creative street. Hello guys, how are you doing?
Давай. Yes, come on. Арбатта келейік, бәрі бірге осында қыдырайық. Қай заманда болса, Арбат тірі болсын, аман болсын. Өнер көше бойында сонша көңілді жігіттер. Көргеніме қаншама өте қуаныштымын. Алмас Құдайдан берген бала, саусақтар гитарада секіреді. Өлең айтады, қыздар келеді. Жақынырақ танысайық, бірге ойнайық. Арбатта қыдырайық. Хоп, хоп, хоп. Қыдырайық. Hey, come on, come on, come on. Нигериядан болсам, Қазақ жерінде өте қуаныштымын, өйткені осында сонша қарапайым жігіттер бар.
Guys, thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you. Arbat is a cool street with a lot of people. Let's go further. They're both artists and dancers. Let's go. And we are heading to the upper part of the city. How did I know? Because there are mountains at the top. Plus, I'm wondering what my colleague is doing right now. Dear viewers, well, here I am at the intersection of Nazarbayev and Kurmangazy streets. And somewhere here, the main goal of our walk is a mural depicting the father of apples. Let's see where it is. There is a beautiful mural on the wall of one of these houses. It depicts an apple. You say apple? Well, I've not seen it. You have not seen it. In general, have you seen murals on houses? Such drawings. Yes, I saw them. Where did you see them? Where could I have seen them? Yes. Where and what was depicted there? I saw a picture of Bukreev. There is still a lot of them. But is there one or not? Over there in those houses, at the edge here. Maybe. At the edge, you say. At the corner of Nazarbayev and Kurmangazi. Hello, do you know anything about the Apple mural? No. And I don't know. And she doesn't know. Then who knows? Let's ask further. Hello, may I ask you, do you know anything about the mural with the image of an apple? No? What is it? You don't know, huh? This is when people paint on the walls of houses. I know, but I haven't seen it. You haven't? And what kind of murals do you know? Look, there is something like this. Does this mural have any connection with the Almaty theme? There is no connection. But they paint it anyway. Which ones do you remember? Do you remember the drawing of the apple? I haven't seen the apple. I saw these cyclists. Indeed, what is their connection to the city? Why paint if it's not related to the city? But I haven't seen the apple. Why do you need this particular drawing? This is the symbol of the city. How do you know the Qazaq language? I learned it here. Thanks to such hospitable people as you, I'm learning the Qazaq language. This is my task for the quest. Well, thank you. Thank you. Dear friends, look. This image is one of the first and oldest in the city. It is made in the style of pop art. Although, to be honest, this is not how I imagined the father of apples will look like. Well, not at all. And the apples seem to me more rosy and ripe. Well, I like this drawing anyway. Why Almaty apples have become so famous? Well, besides marketing, nature itself worked here. A large amount of sun and warmth and even hot days contribute to the fact that apples are simply filled with the sunshine and warmth. It also fills them with a unique taste and aroma. It is not their season yet, but we will definitely come back and show you these amazing apples. So we put the answer to the task. This is street art. Street art and the paintings themselves, which decorate the houses, are called murals. Congratulations, you have successfully completed task number 2. Daniel's father will give him the third task. James Y is a university professor and is well acquainted with the life and culture of Kazakhstan. He always paid great attention to his son's education. And today, he decided to test Daniel's knowledge himself. But it will come as a surprise for our host.
Listen. What is the name of that special area or place that is situated between Medeo, the world-famous skating rink, and Shimbulan? There is a lot of legend surrounding this unique place. However, this is not what attracts people to this place. This place is very important and useful. Tell me, what is that draws people to this unique place? Wishing you the best of luck.
Right from here, from the intersection of Dostik and Abay streets, the bus number 12 leaves for Medeo. To get there faster, I'll catch a taxi. The road to Medeo is mountainous. There are some winding roads here, but it begins to feel that we're climbing to a height. Ears pop a little. I'll show you a life hack. If you open your mouth this way and swallow saliva, your ears will stop popping. Once, this life hack also helped me. Great. Well, friends, it's cool. We got to Medeo. It's April now, and there is no snow in the city anymore. We got here in 15 minutes and saw so much snow here, as if we came back to winter. Now, due to the quarantine, there is no transport, but I will walk and interview the townspeople. So let's go.
Жүрген адамдардан сұрап, дұрыс жауабын табуға тырысамын. Ал, кеттік.
Hello. Hello. Are you having a good day? I wanted to ask you a question. Sure. Do you know of a place between Shimbulak and Medeo? I know that you can swim there, but I don't know the name, honestly. You can swim there? Yes. Do they swim in a cold water? There is both cold and hot radon water. May I ask you one question? What is between Shimbulak and Medeo? Many people talk about this place. Qazaq. Qazaq? What is it, Qazaq? Wait a minute, what is it?
Ол не деген Горелник? Тоқтасаңызшы бір минутқа.
Qazaq is such a place where people come to relax and swim. Do they swim in cold water? Can one rest there? They swim in cold water, play sports, and relax. This place is definitely located between Shimbulak and Medeo. Yes, exactly there. Well, okay, there is a such place. Thank you, have a nice day. You too. Goodbye. You see, everyone answered Qazaq. In this case, I must go there myself and see it for myself. To get up there is a staircase. Look how many steps there are. Some claim that there are over 800 steps. Let's see how many of them there really are. I'm all covered in sweat. Now I understand why they're called the staircase of health. I got my second wind. That is, it is good for your health. There is still a little more. Let's go. You can climb the Medeo Dam not only by the staircase of health, you can walk on a flat road. But the journey will take longer. And although there are not many cars on it, you need to be careful because of the sharp turns, of which there are many. Private vehicles are not allowed here, but you can order a taxi, and you will be taken to Shimbulak itself. I am now standing at the dam. It is located between Shimbulak and Medeo. But I guess my father did not say anything about this place. Then I'll go further. The Medeo Dam was built to protect Almaty from destructive mud flows, the likelihood of which is very high in this area. Initially, the height of the dam was 110 meters, but then it was increased to 150 meters. They built the dam with directional explosions and then laid it with stones and concrete. It was commissioned in 1972, and a year later tested its strength in real conditions. A mud flow descended along the bed of Almaty River, which could cause catastrophic consequences for the city. But the dam took the blow. The mud flow was deprived of its strength, and the city was saved. Qazaq is located in the Natural Park Medeo. It is in this place that the campsite of the same name has been located since the middle of the last century. The preparation of climbers took place here. It was a great place for this. Some sources indicate that during World War II, the campsite was used to train military mountain scouts who fought in the Caucasus Mountains. And then, everything returned to its place. And again, peaceful climbers began to train here. Today, Qazaq is a place of healing and contemplation. a mountain spa center. Tired of the bustle of the city, people tend to come here to admire the waterfalls. And there are two of them. They're small, but still beautiful. Well, there is also a natural source of mineral water here. It is good for your health. Let's get closer.
Ал барып жақынырақ көрейік.
You see, there are two pools here. One has mountain water, the other has rain water. How can I miss such an opportunity? I'm going to change.
Мүмкіндікті қалай жібере аламын? Барып киім ауыстырып келейін.
You need to know that if it is warm in Almaty, then it is always cool in the mountains. Even when the heat is terrible in the city, nothing pleases Almaty residents so much as escaping to the mountains. I'm ready. I'll go find out which pool is better to choose. Hello guys, how are you? Hey there. I wanted to ask you, which pool is the best to start with? First, try cold water, then go into warm. Really? So cold one is this one? Yes, cold one is here, and warm is over there. Great, thank you for your advice. You're welcome. It's great. I think I'm ready. I invite everyone to Qazaq. Here you can not only admire the beauty of nature, but also spend time.
Осындай Горелникке шақырамыз. Келіңіздер.
How are you guys? Okay. Well, thank God. Well, it's time to inform our dear expert, Mr. James. Oh, I wanted to say Professor James why, that I'm ready to answer his question. I think I did the job. Let's see. The task was successfully completed. Congratulations on completing the quest. Yes, I did it. Let's go further. According to the application, I passed the Almaty quest successfully. And here's what I understood. Almaty residents can always be distinguished from residents of other cities by the following features. They always divide their city to upper and lower parts. And even in an unfamiliar and even flat city, apparently out of habit, they find a way about a city only by the intersection of streets, Abay Baytursunov, Seyfulin Kabanbay Batır, and nothing else despite the presence of GPS systems. They know that the earthquakes are possible in the city and treat this fact philosophically. And definitely, this fact will not force them to change their place of residence. They are accustomed to frequent weather changes, and they give the seasons an additional name. This is Almaty winter. What did you want? Almaty spring is a short period between winter and summer. And they affectionately call their city Lovely Almaty. Almaty residents always blame only traffic jams for being late. And rightly so. Who else is to blame? Today, I, Daniel James, found out how a flying skier feels during a ski jump. I appreciated the convenience of the scooter. It is quick and very simple. We have learned about modern street art, and we were convinced that with its help, you can make the city even more beautiful. I rejuvenated, got younger by about 12 years in a thermal spring, which is very close to the city. And of course, I enjoyed the mesmerizing mountain landscapes and got a huge pleasure from talking with local residents. Dear viewers, dear friends, I invite you to get to know Kazakhstan together with our program, Qazaq Quest. See you. Bye-bye.